Hello, 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 everybody, and welcome to. Oh, just bang the mic. Great way to start. Welcome to this latest Source Gaming stream, where we're going to be streaming the hit new Animal Crossing game, Animal Crossing New Horizons. It's a good opening music. So not only will I give like a tour of my town, I'll also be what's the right word? Yeah, I'll give a tour of town, but we're also going to be building the Source Gaming HQ. So I'm using a second account, which is the Source Chan account. Those who don't know, she is like essentially one of our Discord mascots, a human female version of the mascot, I suppose. Let me just do some quick audio editing in case I have people. Whoops. Oh no. What have I done? Already fucked it up and put myself on the screen instead. That was not intended. I'm just trying to mess around with the audio. Advanced audio properties. There we go. That's what I want. Right, okay. Right. Great way to start this all off. No, this is not what I wanted to do. Oh well, I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out later. So let's just jump right in, I suppose. Yeah, let's see how this turns out. So first, we'll start off with something pretty simple. Well, we gotta see what Isabel's on about today. Lodi, it's 4:10 PM on Saturday. Yeah, it is the fishing tourney today. We can do a bit of that as well. We can have a look at the fishing tourney. And as always, I will jump into the patron chat, see if anyone wants to jump in as well as we try and build stuff. Be always good to have a co-host. Oh yeah, I'm wearing a sombrero. So, I actually started this off on my regular account. I thought I'd just go and give Source Chan a handful of stuff that I had in storage. But, let's take off this hat. Hey, so this is her. This is Source Chan, at least so far what I've made in the in this game. So there's a few things. She's got the jacket, she's got the skirt, but she doesn't have the correct shoes, glasses, or socks yet. And as much as I'd love to be able to get a Source Gaming pin or dye part of her hair red, I'm not quite sure I'll be able to do that in this, unfortunately. But let's have a look at town first. I'll give you all a lovely little tour of the town that me and my housemate have been working on. So, right below, so Source Chan lives in a mountain. This is Stella, one of our lovely, nice villagers. Good. And we're here, like, this is our orchard. We've got oranges, we got apples, cherries, peaches, a random assortment of stuff, and pears. This is Stella's house. This is Harry's house. We got some bamboo outside Harry's house. Harry, not my favourite villager, not gonna lie. If there's anyone who's being kicked out first, it's definitely him. No offense to any Harry fans out there. Nice. KK visited yesterday, so I took a look at that. You come over yonder, you got Rory's house. We'll pay Rory a visit. Here he is, he looks like a Daruma, and he's super jock. He's also hiding a fairy dress behind his dresser, I see there. I did, in fact. So, we've got Ank's house here. Oh, this is Cube. Cube is my favourite villager because he's a penguin. And I came into this game wanting a penguin and a hamster villager, and I managed to get one of them. So, props to me. Oh, Anchor's not at home right now. We've got this area here, which is kind of nothing. Oh, there she is. Whoa, where did you get that hat from? Anyway, we don't know what to do with this area yet. It's a mystery area. We've got a few palm trees down here. Oh, we've got Pippi. Pippi the rabbit. She looks a bit like a Tamagotchi. I think it's the colour scheme. This, anyone who's been to our island will know, this is the entrance area, greeted by the flamingos, and we just abandoned anything down there that we didn't want. This is my personal account house and everything. I got myself a nice little bamboo garden. These trees were all very nice yesterday with pink flourishes because of the sakura season. It's now gone. These are all money trees with my outdoor bath. But over here, I'll give a tour of my house so far. Was that? Maybe. Maybe. So this is my regular house. This is the one. This isn't the Source Gaming one. You got greeted by gnomes. Listening to the best song in the game, driving. Bum 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 bum. You got the bedroom. This strange bamboo doll that someone on Twitter gave me yesterday. Apparently I sew now, because I had nothing else to fill this room with. Over here, we've got the man cave. The boys' room. I suppose it's anyone's room. With my two main mans up there, Cube and Blathers. Can play music. Play a bit of foosball. Listen to some KK. Fill up your gas, because of why not. And this is a... I don't know if I can move it, can I? Because this isn't my house. This is a dinosaur track. Should probably spin it around. This is the bathroom. Bathroom slash magic ballroom, where I do tarot card readings. I really need something that splits these two, separates the two sides of the room. Yeah, you can turn the camera. I've also got a Marlin statue there. I have no tables, only cardboard boxes. So that is what life is now. It's like I've never moved out. It's almost like my real life. A bunch of cardboard boxes in the cupboard. In the basement, decided self-isolation, I needed to have outside indoors. So we have this. You can watch the a magnificent video, quote-unquote, of Mr. Rossetti. There's a tarantula in the corner. And some kind of dinosaur who is yet to be completed. I'm sure having a house fire in the basement and a smoker will not cause me any kind of infrastructure problems. I'm sure that's all perfectly legit. And then upstairs, Easter. I think I've got all the Easter stuff that's available currently. I know I have the fence, but you can't put that inside. I've got the wreath up there. I've got the two types of balloons, one of each thing. I know there's 3 you can only get: the arch, the wand, and something else on actual Bunny Day, which is tomorrow. But yeah, I'm showing you this. Apart from just to show off, I'm showing off my house so that I can show off how Source Chan's currently looks. Because I have unlocked all of the... I've unlocked the complete size of it. This is Agnes's house. Oh, there's Dizzy. I like Dizzy. Oh, it's just a lazy elephant. Do we even have a... Don't have any fish bait. I'll speak to CJ later on. So, you got my housemate's house down here with his attempt at building a gigantic dinosaur outside. He's just missing one half. And behind the town hall, you got the plaza section, which has the museum, Nook's Cranny, the Able sisters. Oh, I hear that. There is a present somewhere, a balloon. It's over there. Cross the bridge behind the Able sisters. Pull out the slingshot. It's a shame I didn't manage to get all of the Sakura stuff, unfortunately. It's Bunny Day Stool. I think I've gotten so many of them. I think I've got 2 of them on my over here. So this is our theme park, which is just currently under construction. Portaloo, got a horse riding thing if you. Oh. Teacup rides, you can queue up to go on the teacups. And this stand over here where you can get rid of stuff. I got a music stand. I think both of those. Oh. Nah, drop it. I think both of those are bunny stalls though. And apparently I know this recipe already, so I'm gonna put that back down. There's Agnes. So you come this way. If you keep going down, you reach the campsite. Here's the final ever bridge that I need. It's been fully paid off. And over here's Goldie, which is she's right next to our house. She also lives on the mountainside. So if you follow up here, you got the highly elevated stuff. We need to work this all out. It's going to be like a little park area. Work your way down here. Someone else has just joined the chat. Hello, whoever this is.
Hello.
Hello. And here we are, back over at the Source Gaming headquarters. So that's it, that's the tour. Oh yeah, I got this thing so you can get across quickly.
I've joined your island, but not got the game.
Well,
so can't.
That might be something that you want to fix at some point.
Maybe. I'm not too big on life simulators.
I'm really enjoying this one. I went back to have a look at my older Animal Crossing towns the other day, my DS and 3DS one, which is quite interesting, just to see what villages I had and see what like furniture and stuff I had. Oh, of course, right. I don't have my pockets are too full of stuff.
So I guess you're playing as Dusty's mascot.
Yeah, I'm playing as the
Source
Chan, the Discord mascot.
Right, right, fair enough.
And the whole point of this is I have basically done nothing with it. Look, I'm going to show the inside of the house now, and it's basically completely empty. There's CCTV up in the corner. I have some fish, a hammock, a Nintendo Switch.
There's the Easter rabbit guy, well, the Easter bunny guy trying to harass you still.
He disappears.
I've seen him on Twitter.
He disappears basically until tomorrow, Bunny Day. But yeah, all the rooms completely empty, except for this back room has. This back room has a tatami floor. Because why not? And then the upstairs has a few random items splaned about, if that's even a real word. And what I want to be doing, there we go. And this is the upstairs. There's just a handful of stuff. So what I want to be doing now is figuring out how we can do up this house. In my storage I have a vacuum cleaner, a toilet, a rice cooker, a simple kettle, an amp, a homework set, shower set, a picnic shirt, stones, fish bait, denim cut-offs, a moth and 3 tarantulas. and a tin can. Absolutely perfect. My buckets are full. So we're going to do what we can to spruce this all up. First off, we're going to put all the stuff I've got in storage.
I could give my suggestions, but you're not. I don't think you have the taste required to accept my suggestions.
Yeah, your suggestions are always going to be trash. I understand this already. It's fine, Leo. I'm not putting Mr. Blobby stuff anywhere. I know what you want.
So you admit eggs. So you admit eggs.
I did not hear that at all. Okay. Put the skirt.
Right, on a serious note, there's actually been a heat day.
It's actually been a what?
So I've been out in the garden.
Oh,
There's
nice.
actually been a...
That's good.
You know, in the garden all afternoon.
Jealous. I've not been out, and I don't think I probably will be out today. Sad.
I go out for like... and that's my ex... And then just stay in my house.
Sky eggs. It's fine. It's because it's the truth, Phantom. What else? Who else has just joined the chat?
Aslan.
Who? Hey, Dr. Randy. So, let's put everything on. What's that?
Going for here for the headquarters. What are you going for?
So, yeah, I may as well go through all that. With Sephazon's just joined in. So, I'll turn off this radio. Oh. Turn off. Okay, so the idea of what I was going for with the headquarters, wanted to do for the headquarters, is this first room's kind of like reception-y area type thing. This is going to be the first thing people see when they come in. So there's CCTV, I was thinking of having a desk, a computer, a fax machine, stuff like that. All in the front room. It seemed like
Gotta have surveillance camera.
Yeah, got to have a surveillance camera. Got to have that security up high. So got a surveillance camera.
Wait, there's already one there. Huh?
Exactly. See, I've thought ahead already.
Boy.
I'm already ahead of that curve. So I've got the security camera. I've got all this. Then in the back room is the only thing in there right now is a tatami flooring. So potentially we'll make this like a Japanesey style room. I think it makes sense considering we do a lot of translation from Japanese to English, so having a room that has a Japanese theme to it seems like it makes a lot of sense.
Perhaps we could have, I don't know what items are currently existent. For some reason, I feel as though the item amount in this game is sort of limited compared to New Leaf. I think that might be because my favorite items were removed.
No, I think that is right. I think there's only... New Leaf had something like 3,000 items, and this game only has about 800. So they are severely limited.
That's what the DLC's for.
Yeah, they'll be. The plan, I think, is to do this sort of ARMS Splatoon thing where they will be updating the game periodically with new items and new stuff. Because obviously, like, none of the festive items or event items that were in New Leaf are in this game, except for the Easter stuff that they've added with Easter. My guess is that's what their plan is, to slowly add stuff.
Maybe for the tatami room, we could have maybe a little, or even at reception, you could have a little area when people first come in to take off their shoes, so to speak. You know, have a little cubby area.
Yeah, that could be
Japanese companies.
That could be a pretty good idea. Make a note of that. Upstairs is like, I was thinking of doing a library sort of thing, like a research area, because I felt like that made sense. Then in the basement is where secrets are kept. This is where I'm just going to put anything call-in related down there. It's going in the basement. We don't want anyone to see that. Just going to stick down there. And then on the two side rooms, I hadn't thought of anything quite yet. A break room could be quite nice. Like a kitchen thing with a table where people can get coffee and stuff like that. And then On the left-hand side, I don't know. No idea.
Could have a stream room. Could have our actual workspace instead of, like, for example, the first room is, if we dedicate that, so to speak, to oh bloody hell, I forgot the word. Where people first come in, the lobby, so to speak. We could use the left room as in the actual workstation, and the central room is more or less a hub.
Yeah.
And
Okay. I'm gonna grab everything I've got and put it into my pockets. all the regular items anyway, and then place them down with stuff, because there is stuff I like just don't have, and I'm gonna have to try and figure out how to get. Which is where I need other people to sort of come in and help. So, what have I got? So in this front room, we can have stuff like the fax machine. I need obviously desks and stuff. Lantern, toilet, imperial bed, vacuum cleaner, alarm clock, portable radio. It might be the only thing I've got that would fit that aesthetic. I've got some plants. I've got a potted plant that can be chucked into the back there. A nice little potted plant stuff. Then upstairs, if we have stuff like, I want an imperial bed. This is the rest and library room. So
for those of you who are watching, this is actually the process we go through daily when coming up with the translations and the articles and the videos for source giving. This is actually what we have to go through daily.
Yeah, this is it.
Quick question: can you guys hear the fan?
Nope. Not that I can hear.
Not to in a.
Right. Okay. Well, if you hear like a blowing, that's what it is.
Okay. Happy Home Academy pendant. Throw that in the wall downstairs. Book can also go down here.
Right. So I've got a question that indicates that I've never played an Animal Crossing game before.
Go on.
Is there like an ending campaign? Is there like a mission?
Yes. Yeah. You want to pay off all your rent. That you want to achieve the dream of all mankind and pay off all your debt and loans. But this game also adds in the fact that you want to customize your. Once you get KK Slider and you get the first credit sequence, after that you want to fully customize your house. Fully customize your town. Sorry, that's what I meant to say there. So that becomes also a goal. You have to try and make your town pretty enough that KK will want to come and visit.
You know, I see the magazine on the floor because I'm obviously watching this the same as all the viewers are. I have to watch through the stream itself on YouTube, which is absolutely okay. But I wanted to mention something about the magazine I see on the floor, and I wanted to ask you a question. I don't think I've asked you this yet, but I spoke with some of our other staff over the course of this week about a publication that isn't really that well known. I'll ask you, are you familiar with Game Freak?
Yes, I am familiar with Game Freak, funnily enough. I think they make some kind of video games now. I'm not quite sure which one.
So the rumors go, but you know, then it's neither head nor tails. But are you familiar with the origins of Game Freak?
I am indeed. They began life as a independently published gaming magazine, if I remember correctly.
That is correct. During university, Satoshi Tajiri self-published his magazine. In fact, all of the copies that he did were photocopied. He did all the handwriting. Everything was hand-drawn. It was a bit over the top.
And everyone and someone I've never spoken.
Yeah, everything was hand-drawn and stuff.
But I have searched high and I've searched low throughout Tokyo Town because it was basically distributed exclusively to Tokyo. I found one set of scans online on somebody's Tumblr profile, but it's such a low resolution that it's illegible. I can't read it. It
Oh,
just
no.
can't be read.
Rip.
So, I would love nothing more than to get my hands on a copy, and just to translate it and keep it for the posterity of the gaming community. Now, here's a funny thing: is while researching this, I discovered that Game Freak hired out a company last year to come in and digitize a lot of their work, including
Ooh.
all of the Game Freak copies and development documents of Pokemon up to the year 2000.
Oh, nice. That's really cool. That's really cool.
So there's a digital copy that exists already, but Game Freak being a Japanese company, we're probably never going to see the light of day, is it?
I mean, you never know. Maybe if they have I don't know, they want to do some kind of anniversary thing or something. Maybe we
In
will.
fairness,
It'd be pretty cool.
Like a lot of beta stuff for Red and Blue and Gold and Silver has leaked, so I wouldn't be surprised if that ended up leaking.
Just gonna
That would be nice.
ruin
The
that
problem
floor.
isn't that we don't have access to I mean, they exist. These magazines still exist in the real world. They're just extremely rare due to the scarcity of, the print amount that existed at the time. I think the most common one only had, I might be misremembering this number, but about 14,000 copies was the most of any volume sold. So they exist, but again, like, if you find volume 1, it's going to run you about 70,000 yen, maybe 80,000, so about $800 just to get the old copy. The condition might, be the worst in the world, so.
So that would be.
Mm.
In case you couldn't tell, I'm not from the United States.
I gave it in yen. I gave the price in yen for
Yeah, I'm gonna
the actual value. And then
Gotta do the
conversion.
conversion yet. Yeah, just put the Switch
Right,
in the
so
Japanese room.
too high.
£519.
Well, there you
Wow.
go. Too high.
That is too
Did
high.
you spend that much on a 14-page magazine from the 1980s?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That's way
If
too
I had
much.
that as disposable income, I totally would buy it. The problem is, I think I know people who would have a copy.
Okay.
But this being Japan, collaboration isn't really a thing, unfortunately. I find in the community.
That's a shame. That's a real shame. Alright, I've put down everything I feel fits. The only thing that I don't think fits is the campfire, camping cot, and the lantern, because they're all obviously designed around camping. So, the next step, I suppose now, is to try and build some stuff. I think that's going to require some resources that I'm going to need to go out and acquire. I don't think I've got... The only resources I have in storage are eggs, which I don't think would be very useful.
Yeah, that's an excellent point. You can't deny that egg items right now are not really going to have a good spot in here.
No.
Sorry, I can't help but crack some egg jokes right now. I mean, it is already Easter here in Japan. It is 12:37 a.m. So.
No, yeah, fair enough.
Bunny Day.
Bunny Day has already hit, so you can go fully wild on it.
I'd celebrate Easter, but I don't have the willpower to. Because what I do is I buy the Easter eggs and I just eat them like the day off.
Yeah.
Keep them away from Sunday.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. No.
Do you have a?
I don't have a net.
Here have... Basically, but they have the Cadbury, the crispy eggs, not the cream eggs, but the crispy ones that are kind of small.
No, unfortunately. That sounds nice.
Rip. I got stung. Stung by wasps. Like, literally the first tree I go to get resources from and I get stung. What is this luck? So apparently I don't have a net on me.
Lack thereof.
Which is just annoying.
I also, speaking of luck, learned recently, since I'm Irish, I came across an old report from about 10 years ago of the luck of the Irish is actually a sarcastic remark.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's sort of a tongue-in-cheek because the Irish, historically speaking, have been extremely unlucky as a as a society, so to speak. So, like,
I was
oh,
not
I found that
aware of
amusing.
that.
It's like, ah, that's cool. Yeah. I wasn't aware of it either. I was thinking, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, it is an interesting fact.
Makes sense though.
Right. Well, I don't have any weed. I don't have any medicine. Oh no. Right, let's go into town. Let's go into town, grab some money, see what I can get from the store.
Just thought of an interesting item Animal Crossing could use. It's a bit over the top, and I don't actually think I wouldn't make this pitch if I were working there. But a time machine. What it does is, if you go into it, it changes all of your clothes. Maybe not your clothes, but if you still have them, maybe it'll change you how you look when you got up in the morning, so you wouldn't need medicine or something. I don't know.
I feel like that's a very overly complicated way of just doing medicine. Like, you could use medicine very easily and get rid of this patch on your eye, or you could invent a time machine so that you can travel.
You know.
Travel through time to a period where you weren't injured in the face, and
there's an old joke in the programming community is that, and again, I'm quoting here from some programmer friends, but that programmers are lazy. And they will spend 20 hours developing code to do something that would take them an hour of work to do. So.
I can vouch for that.
hey, Connor.
See? There you go.
How's it going?
This, I like this comment. This stream is literally an Englishman, a Scotsman, and an Irishman setup. Only a Welshman is missing.
Where are you from, Connor?
I'm
You're
in
American,
Iowa.
right?
What does that make me, I wonder?
Where are you from?
Iowa. Just...
Iowa. Well then, you're Iowish.
I wanted to see more of the world this year. That was my plan, to get over my fear of flying, because I worry I'll die and stuff. But I can't this year, and I'm sad. Oh well.
It's alright. Yeah, everyone's kind of feeling that way this year. It's pain.
I want to go... Sorry.
No, go on. I was done.
I want to go to the Galloping Ghost Arcade next year to get a bunch of footage for my retrospectives, because I do retrospectives on games I grew up with and stuff. That's out of the plan now, so I can't get footage of Gradius 4.
Oh shit.
Well,
yeah. I mean, our thing sort of planned, like, because all the events were cancelled and stuff, I was hoping to get some good interviews and stuff.
Oh, exactly, yeah.
That went down now. Yeah. I actually got confirmation that my flight to Japan that I had planned is finally cancelled. So now I just need to get my money back.
When were you planning on coming to Japan?
1st of May, like literally the end of this month.
Bloody hell, you didn't tell me.
Well, it got cancelled and I knew it was going to be cancelled, so it was just a matter of waiting at this point.
I see.
So
yeah, even if you were to come, you wouldn't be allowed entry.
Yeah. Wouldn't be allowed entry. Plus, I was only going to the Kansai region this time. I was only going to go to Kyoto and Osaka.
I see.
I was literally going for Bit Summit and maybe the Fire Emblem Expo, both of which have been cancelled, so whatever.
Oh, yeah. Fire Emblem Expo, I had tickets for. I'm trying to figure that out. I haven't gotten a refund for that yet. So
oh, no.
Yeah.
Glad I decided to keep holding off on that.
GDC was the one that got rescheduled to August, and for some reason they want to cancel that too. That's like when it'll be better, hopefully. So, world's weird.
Speaking with, so my old president of a company that I used to formerly work for here in Japan when I first moved. Now he's in with the in crowd. He has friends in the Diet. He was invited to the Emperor's coronation last year, so he knows people. He's in on the inside. He was talking to me on the phone the other day, and he was saying the state of emergency in Japan is very likely to be extended through June. And I have a friend who works as a superintendent over in Virginia, and he was telling me that they're trying to decide right now whether or not to reschedule the start of classes in autumn, or to prepare for just online classes, or maybe the first quarter, or even first full semester. Because the fear is, say we get the cases going down, fantastic. We end the lockdown, they're going to go right back up. We still don't have a vaccine.
Yeah. It needs to be a case where
because-
everyone is like, everyone has ended up just, what's the word, like, the virus has gone through everyone, and we've pulled out of it, that we can go out and not run the risk of picking up again, I suppose? Oh, money tree. But I don't know how plausible that is without, yeah, otherwise we need a vaccine. 10,000
It
bells.
isn't going to be out any time soon, but here we go.
That's kind of what makes me a bit iffy because my grandma has been saying for like a few weeks, "Oh, it'll be over in 2 weeks, Connor. Oh, it'll be over Easter Sunday." And I'm like, okay, when's it gonna be over? I'm already sick of being home. I'm literally becoming like a face on the wall, and I'm gonna be angry and evil, and I don't know. So I've lost the will to work on stuff. But I've been playing games a lot
Praying
more.
to the
So
statue.
I would say, if my advice to anybody out there who is stuck at home would be to learn a new skill. I mean, maybe don't even learn a new skill. I can do something though. I guess anything you can do.
Refresh old skill. I've been playing the PC Engine Mini and using my hiragana to read as much as I can.
I mean, that's a good way to practice your skill. Like, that's a good way
I
to.
don't know katakana though, because my Japanese teacher said it was only for experts. So I only learned hiragana for Leah 1 and 2, kanji for Leah 2, and I graduate out. So
Oh, earthquake!
Oh, you're having a little
Oh,
earthquake there. Oh boy.
like,
I know. Yeah. What's the magnitude for this? My phone didn't go off for this. This is
wait, a
probably
real earthquake?
Yeah, well, Severson's in Japan, so it's
magnitude,
not uncommon to just suddenly have an earthquake like that.
We have a magnitude, and this is the wrong one. It hasn't been reported yet. I'm surprised my phone didn't go off. In fact, I'm happy my phone didn't go off because that would be very loud on the stream.
Yeah. It'd also imply it's a much bigger earthquake than it probably. I mean, how did it feel? Was it a very quick shake?
Yeah, it's like somebody like just came out to me and just started shaking me. Also, it's pouring rain outside, so that's fun.
Oh.
I mean, here in Japan, we'll get that notification regardless if it's bigger. Usually they're like, "You guys got a 3.0 magnitude earthquake. Take cover!" It's like, oh, come on, it's 3 a.m. I didn't need my phone yelling that.
I mean, I remember when I was in Japan, and it was we had a situation like I had an app that told me when there were earthquakes going to happen, so that I could be aware of them. And it just happened so frequently. Like it went off so frequently, I ended up turning it off because I was like, this is getting frustrating. It's just annoying now. They like any minor earthquake, so it could basically be like I wouldn't have even felt it, and it would have gone off.
All right, let's see. I think I found on
I
USGS.
guess that makes me like the only person in this chat who has never been to Japan before.
I'm not in Japan, but I want to go. I wanted to move there when I was a kid. I actually wanted to move there and work for Spike Chunsoft because I was a big Mystery Dungeon fan. Then I canceled that because I was like, I can't do anything in life, so I decided to become a game reviewer instead.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's
I still want to
the
go
usual
visit.
path. Okay, so
If you become wealthy enough, go whenever you want.
let's buy this.
I have
fly.
enough wealth to do it. I just am scared of flying, and I can't fly now.
12,
Uh,
21, 12,
You practice flying a bit. Don't need that.
I wanted to get my
Yes.
pilot's license when I was in university. Then I realized I prefer being on the. You know,
Yeah, I don't think I'd
flown
fly.
Probably hundreds of times now. I just.
I'm
Oh,
fine
I-
with being a passenger in a plane. I don't think I'd want to actually fly a plane myself.
I've been
Oh,
a
not-
passenger once because I was 2, so I have been a plane purist.
Yeah, time to start trying to fly again.
That was the
When you
plan.
can. Alright, we're going to pick out some wallpaper. These are my only options currently in Nook Store, so what do... well, when it shows up on the screen, I guess, for you guys, because you're a bit behind. I wonder if... it's probably too late for me to change any kind of latency stuff. Here we go. So, there's red intricate floor, a wall, a beige blossoming wall, a rammed earth wall, and a yellow quilt wall. Would any of these, do you think, look good? No, it's not like exactly the biggest.
I had to mute so I don't blow my nose on.
Thinking maybe the beige blossoming wall could be good. but I'm not sure. Alternatively, on the floor, there's blue dot flooring, hexagonal floral flooring, green honeycomb tiles, and sepia puzzle flooring. So, what's everyone's thoughts? Beige blossom. That's that one, yeah, the beige blossoming one.
I know this conversation like ended a few minutes ago, but I go fly. Typically go flying once a year, like on a passenger plane.
My grandma goes flying on a commercial airline every fall because she has a reunion with my grandpa's military group, and they go all over the United States, sometimes to other countries.
Let's grab this.
Though by other countries it's like Japan and nothing else, which I'm jealous of, but grandma doesn't like because she doesn't like the food there, so she doesn't go to those. But last year my grandpa passed away, so we can't go to visit them. Well, we can, but she didn't want to.
Let's do that.
And this year will probably be cancelled, so... But yeah, that's where my grandma goes.
I have been all over Europe.
Oh god, did I scare him
And
away?
Florida.
No, it must have been the earthquake. Probably did something.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I've never felt an earthquake before because I was immune to them. I'm kind of glad because I'm always scared of so much things already. But we have tornadoes to worry about.
Yeah, tornado I don't think I've ever had to deal with. Only earthquakes.
The worst I've ever had to deal with is like a bad winter.
A mild storm.
I do know I was in Minnesota once and we were struck by a 75-mile-per-hour straight-line windstorm. It lifted a tree out of the ground, and that hole it left was kind of weird looking that I almost wanted to go down it because it was like, ooh, a hole. But it was super deep and I didn't want to get hurt.
Yeah, it's probably
But
for
yeah,
the best, that.
That's the only scary storm I've been part of, and it scared me to death because we were in a crappy cabin with no basement. I'm just glad we didn't get hurt.
Apparently I've never been in the Able store with Source Jam before.
I should get Animal Crossing, but I bought the Space Invaders collection that week instead, and I kind of regret it.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, I can't imagine that any Space Invaders other than the first one is that great.
I'm actually surprised there are more space.
The games are great. The Majestic 12's a fun score chaser. Space Invaders Extreme is addictive, and Arkanoid vs. Space Invaders is the best. But for some stupid reason, the people behind the collection made it so you can't save high scores locally. It hard resets the ROM if you make a save state with a high score, which is why.
That's really strange, yeah.
It forces online leaderboards, which is nice, but like, if I'm in a car trip, I just want to beat my own score.
Yeah, of course.
I deleted it off my Switch because my mum kept wanting me to play it. I had the original Namco Art Museum on the Switch. I think they made a second one.
Yeah,
They're
they've
going to
announced
a
the second one, yeah.
NantenJex collection. It's coming this June.
Yeah. It's the Namco thing, just
So they
release
have,
like a billion collections.
Do they have any of the Tekken games on that collection? If they do, I'll buy it.
No, it's Namco, which is the Famicom PC Engine label. They have a bunch of Famicom games. I think they had confirmed Quinty, One Pocket Graffiti, Pac-Man, Galaxian, Zedius, Mappy, and a bunch of others in 3 volumes of DLC. It's a weird free-to-start platform. You get Wagonland for free if you download it.
Ah well. I want my Tekken.
Unless it's on NES, you aren't getting it.
Yeah.
This one.
There are a bit like Tekken's on NES.
Could you imagine if Tekken was on NES? Alright, I'm gonna get
Post
the
gameplay if you want.
I'm gonna get the
in the
building and water upgrades so I can actually build around the cliffs around the house.
The cool part is that Quinty is on the collection, which is, I think, Game Freak's first game ever made.
Oh yeah, what game?
Yeah, he's back.
Quinty, the Namco collection, that's what the Game Freak made.
Okay, I don't think I've heard that. What sort of game is
It's called
it?
Endel Palace here.
What's it called?
Mendel Palace.
Mendel Palace. Oh, I've never heard of it. Never heard of it.
It got USFI when it came over here, and that basically meant putting the main character Quinty, I think. They redesigned all the characters on the box art, and now they're like edgy and sexy, and it's just stupid. But the Japanese version is Game Freak Sugimoya art, which is nice.
Yeah, the box art looks really fucking weird. And then the Sugimori art, it looks much more light-hearted. What sort of game is it then?
I think it's a game where you kick tiles and they flip over and you get points. It's a score chaser, and I love score chasers. Also, there was in the trailer in the background of Namco Collection, this game called Megami Tensei is in it, which is, why is Namco having it? I don't know, but I think Megami Tensei is going to be re-released.
Shin Megami
Isn't
Tensei?
Megami Tensei a Sega game now?
No, it's a Namco game. It's weird. I think Namco owns, or at least got the license to, the Famicom Megami Tensei, and then Atlas owns everything after Shin.
Oh, okay.
Right.
We can also think about it in terms of the developer of a game isn't necessarily its producer. Is not necessarily its publisher.
Yeah.
And so on and so forth.
Yeah, because Namco still published it.
Some more materials.
So, are you safe? I don't know the real name. Anyone's real name. I don't know if anyone knows my real name.
I mean, I can guess what your real name is based on your Twitter. Oh, whoops. Nah. No.
My
No,
name?
I missed.
Yeah, it's Connor.
Yeah. Ah, goofed that up.
Well,
That's for me.
If you want to say my name's Beth, we can work with that. Although my real name has leaked. Well, my real first name has leaked a few times.
Can I call
I
you
have
Wong?
I have my real name online, or on. Well, no, let me rephrase that. See, here's the thing. Recently, I've had to make the decision of how I want to be credited in video games.
Okay.
Because it needs. Yeah, it's come to that point where I've had people come up to me and say, okay, credited, we need to know how you want to be credited because we know you have your online presence. You want any separation from that, because of your resume, it might be a little strange to have it under one name for some places and another name for some other places. So, yeah, it's rather complicated for me.
That's fair.
I can imagine, yeah.
I think if I was put in a game's credits as special things, I'd probably debate between my real name or my online name.
I put my real name online. It's on Twitter, at least my first name. I think if I was to be credited in a game, I'd probably go with my real name. But that's
My full
just
name's
me.
only on OpenCritic because I needed to put it there. But besides that, I don't tell anyone else my full name, like last name, because why?
Yeah, no, people don't need to know that.
No.
So I can craft some wooden end table. Let's do this.
The paranoid part of me wants me to change what my full name is just because my first name has leaked a few times. But I know that's a bit extreme.
That is a bit extreme, yeah. I need some fencing.
Yeah. Maybe if the full name ever leaks, we'll reconsider.
So are you safe from earthquake?
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much. My country,
Okay,
well,
good.
me and Jex's country didn't get earthquakes.
I was kind of worried.
Yeah, everything's fine.
That's good. I didn't want to be like that earthquake that killed Iwam. I'm still mad about that.
Killed who?
It's either our country doesn't get earthquakes, or our earthquakes are like pathetically minor.
Yeah. Our earthquakes aren't exactly worth talking about. Get some bamboo here.
I would like to ask a question towards the NantenJex variety.
Go on then. What do you...
Yes. How good is your Japanese? Like, what level would you say you're at?
I did have years ago. I did a course in level 1 basic and had passed that, but it's been years. So Reading it, I'm not too bad, but speaking it, I'm a bit terrible. I can understand some things like when people say really basic stuff, people want the directions for stuff. But I need to practice in order to keep it actually up because I've had no reason to practice speaking it in ages.
Yeah, that's the same with me.
Yeah.
Well, a great idea for that tree in the middle of that garden is throwing me off. In the Zen garden is throwing me off. That's just one little sapling.
It's because it's like these are all money trees that are slowly growing. Although I need to plant one back in the middle here. There should be 4, but I've forgotten to plant one of them.
Fair enough.
Yes. What were you gonna say?
I'm sorry, I get distracted whenever Pokemon says we're gonna be streaming all of the Pokemon movies for free each week. Yahoo! That stuff is blocked here in Japan.
Yeah, I'm not
It's
surprised.
Whenever Pokemon streams movies on Twitch, they're blocked.
Well, I guess you get the better version, so it's not too bad. Well, actually, they don't re-release Pokemon stuff in Japan much, do they?
It's
I
all
know the
like
TV
bamboo.
episodes don't get re-releases like we do.
Rip. Got like no bamboo. What's going on?
What was I going to add? Yes, so what you need now is for the Source Gaming headquarters. You need to have somebody at the door. Whenever somebody comes in, they say, "Irashaimase!
Irashaimase.
Irashaimase!"
Gomen Day.
Okay.
Remind me, when someone comes in and says "Tadaima" when they get home, what's the response to that?
Okaeri nasai, okaeri.
Okaeri, that's it. Okaeri nasai. There we go.
Which is kind of funny. In a weird way, the way that I translate that is. So, sorry. Quick side note on some of the Japanese. Now, again, I'm not a Japanese expert, so I'm giving my best, perfect, exact translations to some of these. So when you go out, you say when you leave in the morning or whatever, you say, "Itakimasu," which is "Hey, I'm leaving," but
Okay.
a literal translation is "I am going to go and I will come back."
Okay.
I just realized that, wait, I'm in bed, and I'm bedridden for 2 hours. I should get out of bed. It's almost noon.
Yeah. I have those weekend problems. But yeah, go back 7. What were you saying?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, so no worries. So and then the other person says "Iterashai," which is "please come back" in a way. Then when you come home, "Tadaima" is, I could be mistaken on this one, but I've always thought of it as you're basically saying "and now," and in parentheses, "I'm home" or "I'm back." And then the response is "okaeri nasai," which is more of a command to come home. Return. Like, what?
Get back here now. But aren't you already at home?
Get back in here. Yeah. So I thought it was.
How does that work? You're already gone back, so it's like, huh?
Don't do exact translations. They never work.
Don't tell that to the fan subbing community. They'll go mad.
Oh no, not the Google Translate community. Whatever shall we do?
So Trickster Zora asks, is learning basic Japanese actually suffice for playing imported Japan-only games, or is it better to only learn it for more advanced stuff like what we do?
I would say, well, you'll have to learn to some extent towards advanced level to play any import games to begin with. That said, one thing that I get the question a lot is how do you learn Japanese? And I hear that very often, and the response I always have is, what do you mean learn Japanese? I mean, what's the goal here? Because the goal can't just be to learn Japanese. That's very a vague premise to begin with.
Yeah, there's 3 Japaneses to learn: hiragana, katakana, and kanji.
So I would more estimate it of what do you want to accomplish with learning Japanese? And here's a great example. If you want to play import Japanese-only games, then you'll probably have to get towards more of a JLPT N2-ish level, which is I currently have an N2 certification. For some reason, I don't have a clue how I passed it. My Japanese isn't that good, to be honest, but passable enough. So, to that, yeah, I mean, you're gonna have to learn with the basics, no matter what. It took me. I didn't really try that hard. I'll be completely honest. I sort of just kind of let go, and I'm very fluid with how I do projects and education. So it took me 3 years, 2.5 years to get to my current Japanese level, and that's living in Japan. I would imagine that to learn abroad would be more difficult because I have to use it daily. I have to use it at work. I'm forced to use it. So
yeah,
it can be. It's more difficult to learn a language like Japanese abroad because you don't have that opportunity. Whereas you may with Spanish or German, Italian.
yeah, and
Don't have the same.
that was my problem. Where when I was living in Japan, I could read signs on the way to work. I could, like, when I was going out on the bus or cycling and stuff, I could sort of pick up on things. If I go to a shop, I'd try and speak in Japanese there, which is something I've obviously not had to do in like 3-4 years or whatever, however long it's been now. However long the Switch has been out for. So I've only ever had to do it with reading stuff, where I read the occasional sentence and word and stuff, which is something I need to change. I've still got more of my level 1 notes and book and stuff like that. I just need the time to sit down and go through it all. I was considering doing it during this isolation, but I've already taken up a lesson in graphic character design, and I've also got a lesson in Unity lined up because they were both like super cheap on Udemy.
If you want to,
he's talking about Japanese or programming.
What? What was that, Leo?
Well, are you talking about learning Japanese or learning programming?
I mean, we were talking about Japanese, but I mentioned that I grabbed a course in Unity recently, but I just haven't started it yet.
Well, let me know when you start that. I'd be very intrigued to work with you on that one.
Yeah, sure. Can start on that. The only reason I hadn't started it is because I also started the drawing character design one first, and I'm already into that. I picked that one up before I picked the lesson one up, so I want to get a bit further into that, and then pick up before juggling 2 lessons at once.
All of the artistic ability in my family got dumped into my twin sister, so I'll ask this: what do you want to do with artwork or design?
It's a skill I wanted to try and pick up again. I want to help out a bit more with graphics on stuff for Source Gaming. But when I was in uni, I was actually drawing a few comics and stuff like that, which I have somewhere in a box with my housemate and my ex. And it was just something I always really liked doing. And I've got plenty of ideas and stuff that I would like to have the time to sort of put into, whether it be a webcomic or doing character designs for a game or something like that. But I figured I should actually take some time to just learn some of the basics, because I know I can envision what I want to do, but I don't necessarily have quite the skills to do it, especially on a tablet. I recently got a tablet this year, but prior to that, it was all prior to getting a tablet, I was all doing it like the old-fashioned way, proper pencil and pen and paper and stuff like that. So trying to pick up that, like evolve my skills to the next level. That was basically my thought behind it.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
More passion than I do. I can't draw with a dawn, but I can write a lot, which is why I write reviews and other things I can think of.
Just realised I do not have.
Again, art has just never been my forte in my life. That's all my twin sister. She has her own art lineup and everything that she does.
Oh, nice.
I can make some good thumbnails with the source art I have if I commission the art.
Did it disconnect? It doesn't say the stream has stopped. Okay, weird. It must have just been a little down. Okay. Ooh. Hello, everyone's just standing in here suddenly. What's this about?
I was trying to think. What was there was something I wanted to add about Japanese.
Getting my inner Sakurai out now by dual wielding, but I've got the wrong controllers in the wrong hand.
Oh, I was gonna say, do you know how I can learn katakana if I have only done hiragana? Because I don't have a class to go to anymore.
Oh, it's a matter of, well, if you don't mind my asking, I would assume you learned hiragana the same way we learned the alphabet. You write it, read it.
Take all that. Yeah, I did that. I wrote everything a gazillion times, and then I wrote sentences.
Yep. Same thing for katakana. First, you want to go row by row, I suppose. Practice writing them. Make sure the stroke order is correct. And then try reading, memorizing what sounds are associated with those characters. Then eventually, as you build your way up, look up vocabulary for katakana. Usually all loan words like banana, so on and so forth. I just realized saying that in Japanese sounds a lot different than saying banana versus banana.
Banana.
Banana が欲しいんですが、どちらで、買えるかどうかは全然わかりません。今、ロックダウンじゃありませんが、もちろん、買いにくいんですよ。Whee!
What did
Japanese, there we go.
What did he say, Connor?
I said, you know what?
Oh, sorry.
I was just gonna say what I said was I would like to buy a banana, but where I could buy one right now, I don't know. It's not like we're under lockdown or anything, but still, they'd be difficult to buy right now.
One of my other Japanese friends says that he knows in lockdown, a lot of people are still going to places. Is that true?
We don't have lockdown in Japan. They can't enforce a lockdown. It's illegal.
There we go.
They can't fine you. They can't arrest you. They can't do anything. It's illegal.
Yeah.
Wait, it is?
Yes. As per the 1947 Japanese Constitution, they cannot enforce a lockdown in Japan.
I'd go, heck yeah, freedom! But then I'd be like, no.
Yeah.
Oh, a package. Hold on, I gotta get it.
Well, no.
But yeah, I just hope people have common sense, because that's what is in Iowa. We are one of only 4 states not to do a lockdown because the governor thinks people have common sense to do it themselves. I'm like, good luck with that. We have only 1,000 cases, and I hope it stays that low, but I'm still nervous.
Yeah, never trust people that have common sense. Like, you'd hope that people would be in a lockdown around there. Like, I was hoping people would be in lockdown, but I saw, like, there's footage of the town I grew up in, where people are just chilling by the riverside. It looks like a normal, everyday, what everyone's doing. If you're going out, hanging out, drinking by the river, and it's like, come on, guys, we're all meant to be inside. Also, all these villagers are just chilling all at the same spot, trying to fight for the same fish. Like, what the heck's going on? They're all just, they're all competing with each other.
In eastern Iowa, there was this rally of 600 people that was held despite everyone begging them not to hold it. And they were like, we have freedom, we can do whatever we want. So they held it anyway. And I hope that those people regret it.
I would add, a good quote about this comes from an unlikely source, Men in Black, the movie. And Tommy Lee Jones' character, Kay, is responding to Will Smith's character, Edwards. And Kay says, a person is smart. People are dumb, panicky, dangerous animals, and you know it.
It is true.
I think the same thing happens over here.
Yeah, that's pretty much true. The governor did ban big gatherings and also all the malls after that, but she still won't do a full-on shutdown like 46 states have, so iffy. I don't know what he's thinking.
In Japan, there have been requests, particularly in Tokyo, the governor of Tokyo, she's made requests for certain venues to close and not operate, and restaurants only operate until 8 p.m., stop serving alcohol by 7. And technically, legally speaking, you don't have to. But if you don't follow those requests, you are not able to collect anything from the stimulus bill here in Japan, so you won't get any additional funding for anything right now. which make a big difference. Unfortunately, the amount of money being given to businesses is paltry. I think it's about 5,000 USD.
Oh yeah, that's
So it's
wimpy.
like that's not doing it for me.
Trying to think of something else I was gonna ask. Oh, I forgot, and I hate when that happens.
Presque-vous.
Yeah. So.
Oh, recently I've also been trying to pick up German.
Oh, really?
Yes. So see, a very important person in my life happens to be German, so it makes sense for me to pick up the language as well.
Yeah. Und du
French.
spreche Deutsch?
Ja, ich kann Deutsch sprechen, aber mein Deutsch ist nicht gut.
Ah.
Heute ich habe Deutsch gelernt, aber ja, ist nicht
Ah.
gut.
Aha.
You sweet all up pool, because I only know French as a language besides Japanese.
My twin sister is fluent French.
Oh.
I used to take.
Japanese.
Hey, French and Japanese, that's almost like me, because I lost all my French except for pool, because I poked fun of my friend Paul by calling him pool. But, yeah, I took it for 2 years in high school, because they wanted you to take a foreign language for 4 years. Spanish or French. Cannot stand Spanish, cannot stand looking at it because I had to take it in middle school and I failed it badly, so I went with French.
My grandfather. Yeah, go ahead.
Did okay in French, but then I was like, oh hey, I can go to another high school down the street since I'm not the year before senior, and I can take Japanese. So I took Japanese until I graduated.
See, my grandfather, he worked for an oil company out in Venezuela in the 1950s and so on. And he was fluent in Spanish. He and my grandmother very fluent in Spanish. So they pushed me from very young, early age. It's funny because, very strong Irish man, got the red hair and everything. But, you look at him, he starts speaking Spanish, you kind of raise an eyebrow. But, so they pushed me very young to learn Spanish. And I would say I was in working capacity or working business level by the time I was graduating high school. And I've since lost all of it, to be honest. However, I remember there was dialogue in my Spanish book, and at the time we were, as students, asked, okay, can you please read this page, Mr. Safezan? And I'd say, yes, of course. And you know how people read when they're in these language classes? They always say something like, Buenos dias,
Bueno.
me llamo Safezan. Very,
Bad.
what's the word I'm looking for?
Very,
monotonous?
very slowly and without feel.
Right.
Basically.
So, I decided, you know what? I see this.
Joy
I'm gonna read this in with a nice accent. I don't know what accent I'm gonna say, but I'm gonna do something. So, it's my turn to read. And I look at the book and I look at the page, and it's like, oh, it's about a date. This man is asking a woman. They're gonna okay. So, I get into the character. I'm like, okay, let me think about this guy. Okay, so I get into it. Like, buenos noches, señorita. ¿Cómo está? Sigue en mi casa, pero tú es más elegante de noche. Y tu nombre no es tan importante. Except I read it a lot more vigorously at the time. I was like, buenos noches, señorita. ¿Cómo estás? And, excuse me. Everybody looked horrified. And absolutely petrified. And my teacher, she hated me with a passion. And she looked at me, she said, if anybody ever said that to me, I'd run the other way. I don't care if we have a date or nope, I'm out. Nope, peace, goodbye, see you later. And the way it sounded would be the equivalent of saying, hey girl, how you doing? You want to come over to my house tonight? Because you're looking fine. And your name? Shoot, doesn't even matter. So...
This might be why they do it monotone in classes.
yes.
Monotone was how I did it. I think the only thing good I did in that Spanish class middle school was making a float. My heritage is from Ecuador, technically, but I disown it most of the time. So this was the only time I ever paid attention to it, and I made a float based off Ecuador's landmarks and... Yeah, landmarks, basically. All the fancy, dancy, pretty stuff that you can buy there. But... ever since then, I just consider myself an Iowan because I was born here, but one of my grandfathers is from Ecuador. I know no Portuguese. Don't think I ever will. It's really hard. But yeah.
Yeah, well, I
So how are we
know I know a bit of French, a bit of German because I got family in Germany, a bit of Japanese, obviously because I lived in Japan. That's it. Like, I don't know any Spanish or Italian or any other language. See, I'm not very great at learning languages, as is. I'm not very great at English as far as I'm concerned.
Do you know Gexian?
Oh,
The language of Gex.
I wrote the language of Gex, baby.
Epic. I gotta go get my package. I'll be right back.
Okay. We
Go ahead.
so I was going to say, I decided to jump to my other account. I'll bring it up as a second one because I have more material to work with there. What do we? I want to put a fence around the house, but what kind of fence would be applicable for this? So we got plenty of choice.
Since we
Bamboo, iron, stone, wood. What's the choice?
I think the iron and stone. Yeah, the iron and stone, or the police bars. If we can get some of those bars up there. Oh wait, you want this to look inviting. I would say the wood or the brick fence.
The brick fence.
The brick fence, or the one to the left of the brick fence.
The imperial fence. See, I got the imperial fence would be cool, but I got the imperial fence around the theme park already because it was the most flashy looking fence.
I would say the bricks then.
The brick fence. All right, let's see. I've got plenty of clay to make that. That's fine. Let's make some fence.
Fine fence.
Yeah, I know it's not really a fence, really, is it? It's a wall.
Yeah, so I was thinking, can we call this? Is it technically a fence? And I guess.
I mean, yeah, I suppose it could be defined as a fence.
A barrier, railing, or other upright structure, typically of wood or wire, enclosing an area of ground to prevent or control access or escape. So I guess it's a fence.
It's a fence, technically.
It's a fancy way of it.
Okay.
So
Let's grab this fence. Let's get rid of these flowers.
Oh, not the flowers.
My flowers. You're not needed here. Okay. So, where to start setting this up? Up to the back wall we go.
For a moment there, the house disappeared.
What's that?
For a moment there, the house disappeared, and I was slightly concerned. It disappeared into the air.
Just went into the ether. It's gone.
Yeah, we don't want that. We don't want that.
No. So, so if I go out this far, it doesn't go out far. It's too close to the house, so I feel like I need to do some cliff landscaping.
Perhaps, indeed.
Let's have a look here.
Perhaps, hear me out. Why don't we make the island look like this gun?
Make the entire island.
Yeah, look like this gun.
I mean, that's an option, but it's one that requires a lot of work of changing up everything I've done so far.
Oh yeah, just burn everything to the ground. As we do.
Flatten everything. Spend the next 6 hours taking down every mountain, get rid of all the bridges built.
Hey, like it on Game Explain.
Just get someone. I'm sure someone out there's already done it. To be honest, there's some really good stuff. Oh, whoops.
Indeed, but the marketing isn't there for it at least, because I haven't seen it.
Oh no, I cannot see what button to press because of my stupid icon.
I'm wondering
ZR.
What other designs would be cool for island geoscaping. We've seen on that. We've seen The Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. There's another one that comes to mind whose name I can't think of right now off the top of my head, but I'm thinking, what else could we do? Oh, there was a Pokemon City. They're doing Pokemon City. Yeah, come on,
someone did someone did Pallet Town. Coalant, I think, from Legend of Zelda could be a pretty good one because it already has it's an island. So that's help number one. But also, it's already got an animal village in it. So.
Oh yes. I would not mind making. I did have that idea. Two problems. I don't have a Switch, and I don't have Animal Crossing.
Yeah, those are both big issues in building
Wait,
Animal
what? You don't have a
Crossing.
Switch?
I do not have a Switch. Yes, I actually do not have a Switch. In fact, I've been spending my downtime. I've been out of work for over a month now.
Hey,
I
say
hate it. But that said, I mean, I'm picking up a lot of translation work for companies. Unfortunately, I was supposed to do something with Square Enix, but as of this week, that's not happening. Also, I just punched my leg. That's it. So I've been playing some games though, GameCube games. So
I've been playing some PC Engine games and some PS4 games I have to review.
Damn, hey, mate.
Did you get a PC Engine Mini Set One? Oh god, I messed up.
no worries. I do not have a PC. I've seen it in stores, but not really my cup of tea, so to speak.
Well, it's only the best gaming system ever made. I mean, that's me though.
Is that some bias I'm smelling
I
here?
would say the best gaming system ever made is not a question that can be answered under that terminology, under those guidelines with the restrictions. I can't think of the word I want to say, but has to be a bit more specific. When you say best, do you mean because it could be best-selling, it could be most influential, you could say the best games, the best objectively best games, the most fun, the most nostalgic?
Yeah, best games in my opinion all on the PC Engine because the CD games and they are mostly all epic. And I just love almost everything on that system. Like the Super Nintendo, I like a few games, but most of them bore me. NES games I like a bit more, but again, a lot of the shovelware bore me. PC Engine doesn't seem to have much shovelware, except in some Japan early releases.
I feel as though I have lost the right to debate this subject, because very recently I've discovered... See, when I was a child, my mother would always play 70s music, and she would... And this was when we would wake up in the morning and get ready for school. She was always playing 70s music and always watching, or 80s music and always playing TV shows from the 80s like Roseanne and so on and so forth. Always. And in fact, she still does. And it came to me recently as I was playing the GameCube. I was like, man, these games are really fun. And then I blindsided myself. I said, wait a minute. How is this any different than my mother enjoying music from when she was younger, watching TV shows when she was younger? I'm doing the same thing, but with GameCube. The GameCube is not objectively the best system. It doesn't objectively have the best games. It just has the games that are either most fun to me or most nostalgic. Which is a fair point, but I think I've realized that from this point, I need to engage a lot harder and put a lot more energy and focus into actually properly analyzing both games, consoles, and really the industry as a whole, so that I'm not biased when discussing these subjects. And that was a very difficult lesson, so to speak, to learn for me.
Yeah, bias. Oh my god, if someone were to tell me, hey, do an unbiased article on the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon series, I'd be like, crap, that first game changed my life. This final game, Super Mystery Dungeon, is my favorite game of all time. And everyone's favorite game's the one I hate. Like, oh god, that'd be hard. Like, very hard. But I still love the mechanics, and I could probably do it. I see what you mean.
Yeah, I don't think it's possible to really give an objective view on something that you're passionate about. Like, just video games in general, it's something that's... it's always going to come down to a bit of taste and stuff like that. Like, for me personally, the Super Nintendo is my favourite system, followed closely by the DS. But, like, I think that's... I understand there's, like, a bunch of shovelware, especially on the DS. But the games that it has on it are, like, some of my favourites. Like, Chrono Trigger is on both of them. Yoshi's Island is on, well, at least one of them.
That does make sense. But for me, the reason the Super Nintendo wouldn't be my favorite is, for one, my real Super Nintendo I got last year. One of the first games I have on it, it's Ultraman and Batman Forever. Those were my first two Super Nintendo games.
Oh no, you poor soul. I've got Batman Forever, that is... Oof, that is a game.
That is by definition a video game. It does qualify as a video game at the very least.
Oh, you poor soul. Yeah, no,
Dang it.
Batman...
I hate when I have to sneeze and I don't sneeze. Sorry.
Nah, that's alright. No, but yeah, it's a bit, see, for me, Super Nintendo, it was the first system I had or remember having. Yeah, in fact, it must have been because we definitely didn't have an NES. I didn't get one until later. But I've also got I have 3 Super Nintendos because I've got the SNES Mini, and then I've got a Super Famicom, and then I've got my original Super Nintendo that I grew up with. So I'm very Super Nintendo heavy here. And then even DS, I got an original DS somewhere, and then a DSi, and a few DS Lites. It's the only one I don't have is the DSi XL, because there was no point in that.
What about the DSi LL?
Alright, that one then, not the XL.
Oh, no, the joke is that it's the XL in the West and the LL in Japan.
Yeah.
God, why did they name it the LL? That sounds like one of the dumbest things I've ever heard, but that's probably what they think of XL.
Large. Larger. Larger than large.
Oh, that makes some sense, I guess.
I mean, it doesn't necessarily... It only makes sense because I've just bullshitted away for it to make sense.
Wow.
Who is that?
Dingy Bell.
Dingy Bell.
Dingy Bell Jr. Everybody deserves an announcement when they join.
Yeah. And even though he's muted.
Indeed.
Oh.
Well, they're supposedly not.
Hi.
Oh, there he is.
There he is.
Sorry, my mic was actually muted. Which was not good.
See, it's all muted.
Yeah, it usually keeps
My
happening.
trading card binder. I got a new game in the mail. Airwolf from Limited One Games, because so many people on eBay are selling their games, I noticed, and I'm just, man, having the time of my life. I completed my Pokemon mini collection for the US because someone sold Zany cards. I've been looking for that game for a decade. It's card only, but I have all of them now, and yeah, it's just
Nice.
game after game.
Nice.
Yeah.
I don't have a Pokemon Mini.
Cool.
I don't have a Pokemon Mini and a Virtual Boy. Those are the 2 systems I don't own.
I don't have a Virtual Boy.
There is a lot of systems I do not own. Like proper versions of, at least.
And Special Special, those are the only 2 Nintendo systems I don't own. I don't technically own an Xbox Original or Xbox
I do
One.
not own an. If it's we're talking purely Nintendo, I don't own a Wii anymore.
I've got a Japanese and English Wii. I got 2.
Oh,
The reason I got rid of my Wii years ago because I never used it, and usually we trade and stuff in that, and well, we need to get rid of it. And then later on in life, I could have gotten a Wii, but then I was like, I've got a Wii U which plays Wii games, so there's no point.
Yeah.
When I moved to Japan, so what had happened was a little backstory. I was living in DC at the time, and working with the Pokemon Company International and Princeton Entertainment for Pokemon Symphonic Evolutions.
Oh, lucky.
Lovely.
And let's see. So in the summer of 2016, I was also working on the Metroid fan game AM2R, and when that came out, the week that it came out, Nintendo of America hired me for Miiverse as a Miiverse Community Insight Specialist.
Nice.
Well, not too long after, Miiverse was discontinued, as we all know, and, well, so was the job. And it was at this point I decided, okay, I'm going to move to Japan to study game design in Japanese, to further my career.
So
it
that's
looks like
what-
I've got a good point.
I remember him.
And,
Sorry.
no worries. So after that, a friend and I, we drove across the country because I had to apply for the visa and everything, and well, I got some time to burn. So I was driving across the country, and I distributed all of my possessions to friends. To this day, still have everything. I mean, a Virtual Boy, my Wii, Wii U, DS, my signed stuff, all my Pokemon collection, my Final Fantasy collection, which at one point was one of the largest in the United States.
Epic.
Wow.
Just everything distributed. And I basically came to Japan with a backpack, with just with some clothes and my computer. And there are a few small items I did bring with me. I still do have my 30th anniversary Super Mario badge from E3. I brought my oh, wow, I really don't have it. Brought all of my media badges and everything from events from say E3 and whatnot. But I've noticed that recently, aside from the GameCube, I haven't really been playing very many games. I just sort of report on them. But what I do have now are many books, myriad books, really, ranging from game history. For example, you may know about the Iwata, the interview, not the interview book, but the Iwata quotes book.
Yes.
The memorial book.
Yeah, the Hobonichi published.
Yeah, the one that Cody's been looking at.
Oh yeah. So I got that, and my favorite though, if I can find it on my bookshelf, yes, my favorite though is Gunpei Yokoi Gamekan, which is Gunpei Yokoi's game club, game house. There's several different ways to translate it. It was never localized by any means, and it was written by Gunpei Yokoi, Yokoi Gunpei, regarding his work in the gaming industry. Now, this was the man who came up with Ultra Hand and the Love Tester,
and my
Game
favorite
Boy design,
the Game & Watch.
Yeah, Game & Watch.
The Game & Watch, indeed. And this is a book on his sort of thought processes and his opinions on some various varying degrees of the industry at the time. So that's my favorite book. And yeah, but just a bunch of at this point, basically, I go daily to a photocopier here in Tokyo, and I print out sort of documents based on just old game design things, usually from Nintendo. So if Nintendo has a new trademark, I'll go out, print the trademark, and put it in a binder. I have all of the Iwata Asks interviews printed out. I have photocopies of every Nintendo Power magazine. So really, I've sort of turned into a library now, I feel.
I mean, I kind of doing similar stuff, but what I was trying to do was get interviews and stuff from Japan that we could use on here.
Oh yes.
So I've got some still scanned on there, stuff we never got around to doing. Like I found an interview, Fire Emblem, Mystery of the Shadow Dragon, and New Mystery of the Emblem came from a New Mystery of the Emblem guide. An interview with the guy who plays Navarre, who's also the voice of Dio in Japan, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and a bunch of other stuff. And it's like a full 6-page interview with him, I suppose, going over his life. I think one of the more funner things I found is a guidebook for Super Mario All-Stars in Japan, which has very brief interviews with the cast of the Super Mario Brothers live-action movie in Japanese.
Oh.
Wait, the American movie?
Yeah, so Bob Hoskins and who played Cooper?
Wow.
Who played
Like
Cooper?
Dennis Hopper.
Yeah, Dennis Hopper. So there's little interviews with Bob Hoskins and Dennis Hopper in this guidebook for Super Mario All-Stars.
What about John Leguizamo, the Luigi actor?
I don't think he's there in there. I don't remember seeing him. I remember those two specifically. Not
I
sure
still
if
need to
John
watch that, but I'm waiting for a US Blu-ray to come out.
I thought there was a US Blu-ray out.
No, only European. US rights are held by Disney.
No, okay.
Oh.
Maybe it'll be on Disney Plus.
There are a few more things that I actually have in my collection. I've been building up a Game & Watch collection, so to speak. I also did bring my ocarina in from the United States when I moved here. The ocarina is one of 2 instruments I can play, and the only one that I can play relatively well.
I can't play any instruments.
I used to play the clarinet growing up, but then I hate how the leaf would scratch against a tooth of mine that's kind of out of place. It's like bulging forward, so it would scrape against the leaf, and I had to stop playing because it just bugged me.
Oof. I had the issue of that I'm musically retarded, so I can't do music very well at all. I'm sure that's not the correct way of doing that, but I didn't know how else to say I'm music illiterate is probably the nicer way of putting that.
You're not musically inclined.
Yes,
so
that's...
I always tell people, I'm not artistically inclined.
Yeah, yeah, I'm not musically inclined.
My way of saying it is, I'm autistic, not artistic. Sorry.
My way of saying it is I suck at the arts. Please leave me alone.
I'm not very good at art at all. I don't know why, but back in secondary school, I decided instead of doing something that I enjoyed, why don't I try a Nat 5 in art?
Well,
Even though I knew I could not, I was really bad at art, I somehow got a B in that.
I was going to say the only other things that I actually have on this bookshelf. I have some pocket arcades, but the only other things are it's all gaming history, and then Sailor Moon. It just goes from video game and then Sailor. Yeah,
and
there's a
Sailor
bit of a
Moon.
jump there.
Yeah, it's fine. Well,
Red
The only
Sailor
one
Moon.
that I have is, well, besides the Pokemon one, is Inuyasha, because that's my favorite anime. But I only have a few volumes of it.
I'm trying to think, what have I got? I mean, I should have plenty of stuff. I've got got a mixture of English and Japanese mangas. I've got One Piece, like basically all of One Piece up to volume 90, and I haven't collected them in a while. I've got JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I have all the English releases of Gintama. I've got a Japanese Mega Man comic. I've got a Japanese Metroid comic. I've got the Japanese Donkey Kong manga, which is based on the Donkey Kong cartoon, the 3D CGI one,
Oh god.
but as a manga.
Oh, I love that, by the way. Love that growing up.
They've put all of those
I
episodes.
I've never seen it.
All,
Legend of the Crystal Coconut.
Yeah.
That on VHS.
I saw a picture of that show when I was little. It scared the crap out of me because I was like, what? This is not Code Lyoko because it reminded me of Code Lyoko, which I love.
So
Oh,
I
do
came
like the
across
Lyoko,
years ago the DVD of the series in a Morrison's for like £3, and I never picked it up. Because the front cover is just like a still from one of the episodes, and it looks so bad. I never picked it up.
yeah, well, they've actually
So instead-
legally put them all up on YouTube now to
Yeah,
watch.
the entire thing's
Yeah,
on YouTube.
the
I'm
entire
pretty
thing.
sure.
What's
Whoa,
it?
whoa, 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 I know what to do.
The entire thing's been. I think it's with permission, and that.
Yeah,
the
it's
entire
with
thing's been
permission.
put
The whole
up.
thing's on
That's
YouTube.
fantastic.
I showed my
watch
housemate who'd
that.
never seen it like the first episode yesterday, which I've seen like way too many times.
Oh,
And he was
yeah.
like, "This is terrible. What are you making me do?"
Like, no. This is amazing. Shut up.
Now I have an
No, the
idea
part-
of my friend when he comes over again.
So, if you'll excuse me temporarily, I need to go grab dinner. It is almost 2 a.m. and I haven't really eaten today. So.
2 a.m.?
Yeah.
Well, I guess that makes sense. 10 a.m.'s midnight there, isn't it?
Like,
Let me think. If you're 10 a.m. 1 p.m.
It's
That
11:41.
means you live on the west. You live on the west coast.
No, it's 11:41 right now. So
Oh,
10 a.m.
11:41 for you. So you'd be Central Time Zone.
Yes.
Then. Oh, Iowa. Right. You told me Iowa.
yeah,
I'm. Well, 26.
yeah, 26 for me as well. British summertime.
Right. Well, I shall return if this is still going on, and I will
Probably
get
going
my
for another
temporary leave.
20 minutes, I reckon. And then I've got some stuff.
Fair
I've
enough.
made a pub quiz for me and my friends to do over stream because
Okay.
I'll hang around as long as possible so it gives me something to do before I go back and sleep again. Do I need to get reviews done? God, I need to get...
I'm currently doing uni projects.
All right, well, I wish you guys the best. It was great speaking with you, and I wish
Take
you
care.
a great weekend and
yeah,
a great
you
Easter.
too. You too.
Yeah.
See ya.
I
Have a
forgot
lovely
we had
Easter.
Easter.
Yes,
Easter's
tomorrow.
Yeah, you see, Easter for me is all about the eggs and candy, and I get a shop card usually. We can't get any of those this year because we can't go to the stores because I won't allow Grandma to because I live in
I
So,
picked all mine in advance. So I did.
So
I got all mine, but luckily at
No,
the
no,
start
I'm
of
gonna
March,
do that.
before this lockdown happened,
Right.
at the end of March.
We
I
got
mean,
some
tomorrow
Easter
I'm
eggs
just
yesterday, and then I ate them. So
I've got Easter eggs and that for the family and that, and I think they've got me an Easter egg, and I've gotten my sister a wee something, but she doesn't know about it.
I think my grandma has eggs to eat, so that's fine, but I can't eat them because I don't like eggs.
Neither do I.
what, eggs or Easter eggs? Which one are we talking about specifically?
Proper
here?
eggs, I don't like.
Eating eggs.
I like proper
Like
eggs.
proper-
I had proper egg for today for breakfast or lunch
I
actually.
had I had some pancakes.
Well, that's nice.
Made some-
I had only breakfast food yesterday. I woke up at 8 a.m., fell asleep until 11 because I had nothing to do. Then I ate French toast sticks, and then I played my games until... Actually, no, I lie. I watched YouTube again, and then I ate pancakes and Jimmy Dean sausages, and that's all I ate yesterday. Breakfast.
The life, the life when you're not doing anything.
It sucks.
I
'cause I have
wish I
so
wasn't
much.
doing anything.
I have so
Yeah,
much
same.
reviews to do, so much stories to write to get money for, but I can't get words typed. It just... I tried text to speech, that was a disaster. No wait, speech to text. And yeah, I don't know how to motivate myself, so I just sit, and then my cat cuddles with me sometimes.
That's cute. No. I mean, I got the same kind of writer's block type thing sometimes. I got so much. I got to do my regular daily work and then all the Source Gaming work, and includes that research everyone's waiting on, which is just huge. Like, there's so much to do for that.
What research?
The Mega Smash poll.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
I heard about how those are going results-wise in terms of like how much data there is to go through.
Yes, there's a lot of data to go
It
through.
sounds
and
like a logistical nightmare.
Yeah, it's just, there's so much stuff. I made a silly mistake in how I set it up that's caused me to have like so much more work to do than I probably needed.
I noticed.
Which you know, it's a learning thing. I know if I do it next time, when Smash Ultimate is actually completely done, I know how to set it up.
Oh, I finally remember what I was gonna ask the other guy, because I don't want to mispronounce his name.
Yes.
Seth. I guess I'll just shorten it. I was gonna ask him if he thought Cell would reopen next month, because I don't want the Arcade Archives to start coming out.
If what would
You
be
know,
reopened?
Cell, the waiting board in Japan, they
Oh,
closed
yeah,
in
they
May. So that a lot of stuff till June is waited, but the Arcade Archives games, I don't know when they wait them because they aren't publicly revealed until right before they are released. So I don't know if like Arcade Archives will be paused if it doesn't reopen next month, or if it'll be paused next week because we don't know the waitings of any of them.
I
so
would
I'm scared.
I would expect almost everything that's
get
past
delayed.
June to be delayed. There'll be a handful
Well,
of things in July that probably will be fine, but I would go
just
into
gonna
this
really-
expecting everything to be delayed. To be honest.
It's gonna really suck and make me peeved off because Hamster has a Guinness World Record for the most amount of releases in a week. Not in a week. Weekly. They got Guinness World Record for releasing a game every single week since March 2017.
Wow.
It keeps going. If this breaks the record, I'm gonna be peeved because that basically means nothing stops Hamster unless it's the world.
Nothing
Well-
stops Hamster.
At the same time, like you can't help it. Like this is a really big issue, so it is at the
Yeah.
moment, the COVID-19 situation.
I mean, yeah, I guess. I mean, it makes sense because it's safety first.
hmm
Like, the jealous part of me would like, oh, hey, they can release in the US while we have a good ratings board up, but, like, they don't do that. They always focus on Japan because it's their market and it's worldwide, so makes sense.
Yeah. No.
Sunset Riders can wait.
hmm Let's make some pots because I don't know why not. Some Zelda
you're
theme pots.
you're playing Animal Crossing. Do you have the villager Branch?
Branch? No. The villagers I've got are Anchor, who's the Egyptian cat, Goldie, who's a dog, golden retriever, Rory, who looks like a Daruma and is a lion, Harry, who's just a hippo, an old man hippo, gives off dad vibes, Stella, who's a sheep, Cube, who's the GameCube penguin, who I really like.
Oh, I like that one.
Yeah, Pippi, who's just a rabbit that looks like a Tamagotchi. Agnes, who's just a black pig. I don't know how else to describe her. And I think that's it. I think that's all my
Okay, so
villagers.
You don't have frogs. Because I was gonna say, if I had the game, I'd go to your town and bully the frogs. Because
Wow.
foxes and frogs, it's the arch nemesis, don't you know? I'm a Braixen for Sona, so Greninja is my arch nemesis. I
Oh,
must destroy him.
I was gonna ask why would foxes and frogs be arch nemesis?
Because Braixen has to destroy Greninja. In order to save all of mankind, Greninja must be destroyed.
Oh.
He must be banned from Smash Brothers and replaced by someone cool, like Spuper.
Spooper.
I can't. Okay, jokes aside, how did Spuper get a Pokeball position in Smash 4 and Ultimate?
Which one is Spooper? I can't even remember.
Yeah, Spuper. You throw a Pokeball. He says, Spuper! He jumps out, and if you hit him, he blows up with powder, and you get stunned.
Oh, that
and
one.
Then...
Oh, right. The
Right.
little thing. The little white thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's technically
insect.
God, but it's Spuper.
Spooper. I mean, I guess he just got one because he fit exactly what they needed him to fit at that moment.
Lava fit replacement. Oh, Grandma's nagging at me. Gotta go. Be right back.
Alright.
Never. All right then.
This is not looking good.
Well, what's the matter?
Not you mean in your Animal Crossing.
How dare you?
I'm currently trying to do one of my uni projects, which is meant to be an AI player
Oh, okay.
for 2048, and I'm trying to get it so that I can beat get a score that's bigger than if I just did random moves. I'm trying to attempt it using a method called Monte Carlo tree search. I'm doing everything, and for some reason I must have done something wrong, because right now my AI is only doing one thing, which is it will only attempt the move up, in which if it can't attempt up, it will try something else, but it will always do it in a certain order,
Oh, okay.
which is not good because usually means it's going to lose. And not score very high.
Oh no. Yeah. Rip.
For some reason now it's doing up. The other day it only moved left. So it's different, but not amazing.
I remember my housemate. He was for uni had to try and program like a cat, and that it just completely just used to go nuts all the time.
Yeah. I've got this, plus I've got a mobile app due for Tuesday as a group project,
Oh yeah.
which should be good. We've got the idea down for what we want. It's going to be a cycling app.
Okay. And what's it gonna
Although
do?
it'll probably be very hard. I think the idea we came up with was that it would basically be like sort of rating sort of difficulty and routes that you'd be doing based on things like elevation and such.
Okay.
Like if it was hills and such,
Right. Okay.
which would be which we thought was an interesting enough idea to try. Although probably would be hard to test in a lockdown.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, it was this or an app to help with the disabled, and I couldn't think for the life of me of an idea for either. And everyone had ideas for the cycling one, so we just went, we'll just do the cycling.
Okay, but you gotta test it, because... Yeah.
I'm hoping it should work.
What language do you use to program it in?
Since our mobile class, I don't know why it's called mobile app class when it's the same time we're mostly having to do it via web-based, so I need to do the HTML, JavaScript type of thing.
Funniest thing ever. So my grandma ordered a movie called 1917. She's a World War II fanatic, likes those.
It's World War One.
Yeah, World
War
War One.
One. It's the war that people don't talk about because nothing happened. At least in my school, they called it that.
That's
A lot of things happened in World
Yeah,
War
that is a
One.
very
Yeah.
insane thing. Not much happened for America, maybe.
Exactly.
In America, practically nothing happened, but
Yeah.
for everyone else in the world, there was a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot
of
going
awful
on.
things that happened.
Yeah.
Well, we
Hey.
barely learned about it in high school because of that. But anyways, World War One movie. Apparently, it's really good. So you know those Walmart protective cases that they put movies in so they don't get stolen, and
Yeah.
they unlock it.
Oh, did it come in one of those
no.
cases?
They didn't unlock it, so we had to smash it open with a hammer.
Oh wow.
That's
I gotta
awful.
go back. I gotta destroy this glass safety case. Be right back.
Oh, enjoy.
How's that even
1917 is
happen?
actually a pretty good movie.
Yeah, I've heard good things about it.
I went with a friend when it came out because I was bored and I needed something to do, so I went to go see it.
Okay.
Since it was free, and then I took. Then my gran, she's really into those type of movies, so I said one day after she was finished church, I would take her out.
Okay.
So I went with my gran with it, and she loved it.
Ah, that's nice. I think me and my gran years ago went to go see Boy in the Striped Pajamas, which was that Holocaust movie about the Nazi boy who moves next to a thing or whatever.
My secondary used to put that on a lot.
Yeah, that's a sad.
And I think it was
movie.
not for the history class; it was for RE.
Oh wow! What? Why?
I don't know. I think at the same time, like they would also put on movies like Bruce Almighty and that.
I mean, Bruce Almighty is a very religious movie. Let's not kid ourselves. It's
Yeah, I know, but it's just like they'd put on stuff like Bruce Almighty or Remember the Titans or something like that.
Right, I need to get fishing bait. I had fishing bait in here, I'm pretty sure. Because the fishing tournament is about to end in 5 minutes. So before that ends, I may as well get one thing done with it here.
Fish.
Yeah. So I guess an oversight around the concept behind the stream is actually being able to get all the stuff I needed. I was partly hoping I could jump to people's towns, but then realised that I don't actually have Nintendo Switch Online on this account. So
I don't actually own Animal Crossing.
yeah. But in terms of actually building up the outside and stuff, some good progress has been made, which is pretty nice.
That's good.
Yeah. Let's do this fishing tourney then. Come on, you.
I do not own Animal Crossing. I didn't know if it was something that I'd like.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
fair. I've enjoyed this one. Like, they've been mixed. Like, I enjoyed the GameCube and DS one, and then the Wii one was really boring. They didn't really add enough new. And then New Leaf was pretty good, but I obviously fell out of it. But this one's been pretty good so far. It's weird. They've definitely changed a lot, but they've added a lot of cool quality of life features, and they've given you more customization options. So you can really make the town feel your own.
Yeah, sorry, I just didn't know if it was for me because I've never actually played an Animal Crossing game.
Fair. I wonder, it is a good starting one, I want to say, for people.
Yeah. It's just usually I'm never really into those type of games that are meant to just be like sort of relax, come back every day and do stuff.
Yeah.
I always end up forgetting stuff like that, and then I just.
It's fish.
But thinking about it, it's probably a good game to just sit and play while I'm watching something.
Yeah, it's a very nice casual game. That's sort of the idea behind it.
Yeah.
So you can just relax with it. Probably, see, it would be a really good one to play before bed, like to sort of bring you down for the day. Except that because it runs on the real world clock, it's I'm just gonna ignore this balloon. Because it runs on the real world clock, if you play it in the evening before bed, everything's gonna be nighttime, and nothing. All the shops are gonna be closed. And in other games, that basically meant there was nothing to do. Like you could talk to the few villagers that were walking around town, and you could maybe make your own custom designs or stuff like that. Stuff that wasn't time sensitive. This game at least is sort of trying to address that, and New Leaf tried to address that by giving you the option to make like your town more night focused, so that animals stayed out later and woke up later and shops were open later and stuff like that. There's like a town law you could set up.
Sorry, I'm obviously the stream delay, so I don't see things as quickly as you see it.
Yeah, I wish there was a way to sort of fix that problem. There's a few things from this stream. For some reason my capture card wasn't working properly, so I'm having to stream it directly into my streaming setup, which is fine. It gets the footage and audio across, but it's an issue in the sense that I can't change the volume of the game. So I'm worried about how loud it is compared to how you guys all sounded throughout this, because I can hear you fine. But I can hear you guys fine, but I can also hear the music really loudly. I don't know if it's what I hear is exactly what comes across in the stream or not. Holy shit. Come on. Yeah, baby. 7 fish. Give me more fish.
Oh yeah, funny thing. See how I said about I seen that Donkey Kong Country in a Morrison's?
Oh yeah.
Well, that day I did end up buying one of the DVDs out of that bit.
Oh yeah.
Instead of Donkey Kong Country, I ended up buying a DVD of the Super Mario Bros. Super Show.
Oh yeah. I've seen that DVD around.
There's a few of them.
Yeah, I actually.
I think
did
that day
something
I bought the
similar.
RoboCooper one.
Oh. I did something similar, but for Sonic Underground, which is like the one Sonic one the Sonic show I'm least familiar with.
I think I did buy a Sonic Underground. What I used to do, I remember, was I used to, one of the kids' channels used to have reruns of Sonic Underground on. Used to record them.
Was it Pop? Pop was
Watch
the
it.
channel. Oh. So we down here in the UK we had or UK in England we had Pop, and that's where they played Sonic Underground,
That's
Captain N.
That was what Pop. That's what did it. I think it was Pop, and then Pop got renamed to something else.
Oh, okay.
So back when it was Pop, they used to have like the Sonic stuff, so I used to record it on that.
Mhm.
And then I think when it stopped being Pop, I ended up recording a different program because they were doing reruns of Batman Beyond, or as it's known here, Batman of the Future.
Batman of the Future.
I still prefer Beyond as a name.
Yeah, Batman Beyond does sound a lot better. It rings off. I got a fish print T-shirt. Okay, sure. How was it? Have fun? Loved it. Real R-E-E-L, please. Next Trolley set sail in July. Okay, cool. Well, that's it. That's the fishing tourney done. You guys can all stop fishing now. They're not going to stop. Managed to get it in just at the end there. Where's the love for the adventures of the Super Mario Bros. 3 show? I like that show. I used to watch that show. All 3 versions of the Mario show.
Yeah, that one was good. I used to watch that show plus the Super Mario World show.
Yeah, the Super Mario World show.
I always preferred video over World in terms of the shows.
Yeah, World went weird with the whole caveman thing and introducing a lot of original characters. Not that the others were weird already. But
I also open the cursed case. I'm uploading a picture of it right now because they did not want you to open it. Grandma went through self-checkout. That's why no one opened it. And the people who say, "Oh, hey, can I see the receipt before you go outside at Walmart?" They got nothing of her taking out the display case.
Jesus.
So we got the movie out.
You got it out. As long as the movie's actually in there.
Yeah, the movie's in there. It's sealed. It's fine. It's just we had a smash.
Smash
and it was.
Hello there. Which row do you want to take a closer look at? Bottom row. I'm going to put my... I don't care. Display my work here. Get that trash out of here.
If I remember correctly, The Adventures of Mario 3 is on Netflix over here.
Yeah, same over here. It's on Netflix.
Oh, yeah, same over here. Also, the Super Show animated show. It's not the live action bits, which is a crime because those are funny.
Super Show is not in UK. I'm pretty sure it's only Adventures of Mario 3 or something like that's on it.
I don't know.
If I remember correctly on Netflix. I can double check.
But I uploaded a picture of that case after we smashed it in half.
You do you mean a paid membership for Switch? Alright, hold on a sec. Nintendo Players.
I wonder what we'll do.
Damn.
The case?
Yeah.
Where'd you upload it to? Oh, Patreon chat.
Yeah, the Patreon chat.
Yeah, we had to like use a screwdriver, find a small tiny hole, then smash it in with a hammer, and basically cut the top off, and then it finally came off. It's a miracle.
But you did it in the end, which is which is good. Although out of context, that image is quite funny. Just like all the other patrons who are not listening will be like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah. At least it's a better discussion than Zombie Grunts.
That is, yeah, true, agree.
Resident Evil Damnation. Did you know the only thing Resident Evil related I've ever done is watch the movie and also play Revelations 1 and 2?
That's fine. Like,
playing with them
what
already.
movie did you watch?
The one with the elevator that scared the shit out of me as a kid.
Let's top this then. So,
Oh right, the first one. So I was like, first the elevator. Oh right, the elevator opening with the death scene on that. I was like, oh, I remember that one. It was the only good one.
I do not. I don't think I've seen the only animated Resident Evil movie I've seen is the one where the plane crashed into the airport, but I don't remember which one that is.
That is. I think that's called Degeneration.
Now
I don't know what they would be, those movies. I just know
It is
that-
called Degeneration, actually.
Degeneration.
That one was really good. I enjoyed that one. And then I think after that it becomes Damnation, and then there's the other one which I haven't seen at all.
Yeah, I haven't
My
seen-
grandma, I think she's seen a few of them because she likes those kind of movies, and I don't even know which one she's seen. I just know she likes all the ones she's seen. She says they're all good.
Okay.
Okay, it depends. Like, if you're talking like actual quality for like the Resident Evil like live action ones, they're not amazing, but they're my guilty pleasure watch, except for the final chapter. I can't stand the final chapter, and that's really annoying because I was actually wanting to go see it, and I never did get the chance to because I
You're
couldn't be bothered.
lucky,
And then I found out it was worse than usual. Because the one thing I loved about watching those movies as a guilty pleasure is the same reason you'd watch a movie like John Wick. The action's pretty good.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a mindless, numb popcorn movie that's pretty fun to watch. The problem is that what they would do is, like, if you were having someone punch someone in the face, there'd be at least like 3 different cuts just of the fist flying through the air punching someone. And it was super noticeable that they'd cut far too much that you could barely tell what was going on.
So it's like Power Rangers, but not as engaging.
Yeah, it wrecked the movie because the one thing that I liked about it was the action scenes and how they were pulled off. And because you didn't actually understand what was going on, and this movie was trying to be an action movie, it didn't work at all.
All right.
It was just disorienting.
So we got some design. We got some designs up here. Tris,
Nice.
you know, one of our people on the team, has made a bunch of Animal Crossing designs that I'm just going to share on screen now because there's a specific Source Gaming one I'm going to download.
What
But he's got
screen?
some-
Where?
On the stream, on the live stream. You should be
I
I
watching.
don't see the live window.
You should be
The
watching.
Discord screen share.
It's not
I'm
on
on the
Discord
Patreon.
screen. It's on YouTube.
It's on
You-
YouTube.
Yeah, you should be watching. How you in this not watching the?
Here. Do you want me to send a link into the Patreon casual
Oh, I
chat? So you
found
can...
it. I found it.
There we go.
There we go.
Wait, is
I'm
that the
watching it
one
just now.
shooting me?
What?
Has made a bunch of animal designs.
I can hear my.
That I'm just going to share on screen.
I can
now,
hear
'cause
myself in your echo.
Yes. Oh god. You need to mute the stream.
Oh my god, I've
Do
been
what I do,
live
mute the
stream
stream.
this whole time.
Yeah, you've been on live
Yeah, you've been on the
stream.
live stream the whole time. That's how I knew this conversation was going on.
No, see, I just
Because I
woke
got
up.
home from the shops and
I
put it on.
I went to the server, saw Nanten was talking. I was like, oh, I feel like I could maybe talk. I'm super shy, but maybe I can be a friend. So I talked the whole time under the assumption that, oh, he's just playing Animal Crossing because, oh, it's so fun, and not because he's streaming. I was like, oh no.
Well, you've been on stream this whole time.
Epic. Can I promote my YouTube channel? I'm kidding. Wait. Oh god, I gotta see the chat.
Don't worry.
If the chat's talking oh god, the chat is talking about
No, it's me. It
God.
is you, Tris, and I got all your Zelda outfits here. So here's the Source Gaming one. This is the Source Gaming shirt that Tris has made. It's got the
Cool.
logo on it. There's all your code. I'll leave it on screen for a little bit. Download it. Do it. Rep that SG merch. I'm gonna save this one. Let's save this here. Cool, and then there's also Outset Island grandma outfit. You can see all of these Zelda themed ones. The medley one, the Tetra outfit. The Tetra outfit's quite nice actually. I'm gonna save that one as well.
You voted for it, so here we are, an Animal Crossing New Horizons stream where we are going to design a Source Gaming HQ with your help.
Yep.
Join NantenJex and let's make the magic happen.
You don't need to read the description.
I was just being pathetic.
We know what it is. We're watching this.
I set it up.
Oh,
it's a cheeseburger hat.
Interesting hat.
Outset
I
pajamas.
guess.
A lot of Wind Waker themed stuff. Like you can definitely tell what your favorite Zelda is. Polterpup shirt. That's cute.
I think when I get my own copy of the game, I'm gonna make a bunch of East themes designs and maybe some Pokemon Mystery Dungeon ones too. Like I love both series, but getting some.
Oh,
In New
that's
Leaf,
cute.
I made some sprites too. I should probably import those.
Yeah, that's the thing. I need to do more designs and stuff. I think one of the things I'll do for the Source Gaming headquarters is get
Gex
like.
it.
Well, I'm gonna get Gex picture will appear in my house, but have like the avatars of each of the people on the team and just put them on the wall in one room, like the, wall of employees.
Wait, Ian Hamada?
Island Little Sis. Okay.
Does that mean even Hamada will get?
Yes, he will. There will be a Greninja in the wall. I'm afraid.
Well,
No! Not my arch nemesis.
also, what was I actually gonna say?
Here's another Source Kun. This one's just for you to frame in your house.
But now that I'm watching the stream now, I feel like I can finally catch up, even though I feel like, oh my god, I had no filter the whole time I was talking, because I did not know I was on stream. But it's fun. It'll be a fun archive to share with friends and stuff.
It's like having a secret camera on you. It's like,
Basically.
it's secret camera shows.
About mine.
Alright, let's represent. How do I do this? Designs. Let's
So,
go. Yeah. And I'm in my underwear because it was a full body outfit and I don't have a. I do not have anything else. Can I wear it? No, I can't wear it as a hat.
so the question is, if you're doing more Source Gaming ones, does that mean that we'll end up seeing that weird Tails mascot thing for the Good Morning Source Gaming stream?
Yes, we will. There will be a design of him appearing somewhere in this in the house, in the headquarters.
Yes.
Look at that.
Because of course that must be included by Byleth looking all.
Yeah, it's his look. He evolves every time you see him. He evolves in some way.
Yeah.
How do I? There we go. Perfect. This is pure fashion. This is
Epic.
Lovely.
epic fashion.
I
Right
like the
here.
wee NantenJex hat.
Thanks, please come again.
Nice.
Okay.
Wearing my socks up. Actually, seeing as you, I'll probably start closing off for the stream soon because I gotta make my own dinner and then I'm doing the pub quiz and all sorts.
Enjoyed the pub quiz tonight.
Yes, I will. I'm hosting it, so that's gonna be. I spent like
It'll be interesting.
I spent all morning putting together a PowerPoint presentation, trying to make sure I got all the questions just as.
How
Is
many
it for
questions?
schooling or the server?
This is just a personal. This is just personal and with friends. But if it goes well, I might do a Source Gaming quiz stream using the same quiz.
That would be
so I don't have
good.
to
Then
sit
it would
and-
also depend on the time.
Yeah.
So it would for people.
Yeah, I'd have to find out what the best
Who
time
knew the
is.
one thing that would make me get out of bed and do stuff with other people would be being on a stream without me knowing and me being happy.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was fun.
Yeah,
it is fun.
Enjoyable.
Here are my
Sorry if I
dinosaurs.
bothered you with that at all.
I hope I wasn't a bother either, especially since I had no idea what was going on for most of the time.
Nah,
I
it's
thought,
fine. That's what I sit in the patron chat to have people come in and chat. So that's the whole point.
Yay!
Also, so I wanted to show this off because you two don't have Animal Crossing. This museum's the final room has like a section where all of the animals are all like lined up, like silhouettes of each one, and then if you follow the line, it shows you what your previous ancestor was. So like this one's
that is pretty cool.
This is the deer, and the line goes down to the ancient deer, and this one's I guess the rhino goes down to the old rhino. The cat goes down to the saber-toothed tiger. I don't have it, but my housemate does. That's like a old human skull that goes on that thing down there, like a what are they called? Pre-humans.
Homo sapien skull.
Neanderthals. That's it. So it has a Neanderthal skull there. But then, like, literally, this goes throughout the whole museum. Like, you follow this trail down. See that birds go down a completely separate trail from all the other mammals. They're all kind of interlinked with one another. Yes,
that's actually really cool.
Yeah.
But also,
Ooh,
I feel somehow that people would be against that.
Is there a frog here? And if so, what would it be compared to?
Good question, actually, because there is a frog villager. I'm gonna have a look.
They're probably evil and nasty and violent.
Probably not.
Oh, it's Australopith. Oh, Cube's here. It's not Neanderthal, it's Australopith. What does Cube have to say about it?
Okay.
Australopith? Alright.
I
thought it was Neanderthal for a minute.
Thanks, Cube. Also, you're wearing the fairy dress my housemate gave you. God damn it. He keeps giving everyone fairy dresses. I had a dream the other day at the
You know what? I think I know the perfect way to visit the town, NantenJex, when I get the game in a month or two, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna Gex out. I'm gonna be like a Super Sentai Ranger and turn into Gex with Gex sprites all over my body.
Just gonna have full Gex theming done. I haven't actually got a picture of Gex yet, which is something they definitely should change in this game.
It's Cube!
Yep.
The cute one.
Yeah, the best
Yeah,
one.
sorry, that's just how far stream's behind.
Yeah. Where is Frog? I don't think Frog's on here. Maybe frogs don't have ancestors. They don't exist.
Good.
Because I don't see frogs. I even see anteaters and kangaroos and all sorts, but no frog.
Maybe if I beat up enough Greninja and Smash Bros, I can make sure they don't have descendants too.
This huge anti-frog agenda.
I remember primary schools, they used to give like tadpoles and all that you'd put in the wee garden but and everything to try and raise out, and then they'd become frogs and then they'd get rid of them.
I just remembered in Animal Crossing GameCube in the little mini lakes you can capture actual frogs with the fishing pole. I wonder if you can in this game.
Yeah, I think you can. I've got tadpoles, which I'm going to go to now.
Ooh.
Yes, it is. Haha, yes, it's being streamed on YouTube. Ha ha ha. Where's this tadpole? Let's go have a look at this tadpole. It's amazing that Blathers manages to get none of these fishes to eat each other. Like, I'm gonna be real. A goldfish, pop-eyed goldfish, a ranchu goldfish. All these goldfish I haven't seen. Connor, what do you do? My housemate keeps donating everything. I just come in and I've got new fish.
Who's this doing that?
My housemate, who's also called Connor, is also playing this game with me.
Sorry, you made me panic there for 2 minutes.
Wait, there's multiple Connors, including Connor Eats Pants and me?
Yes. Turns out it's quite a common
don't tell me your name's Connor.
Yeah, my name is Connor.
Well, how do you spell it?
Connor.
Oh, god damn it.
Hi, it's
Oh
me.
my god, I'm surrounded.
You're surrounded by Connors.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's 2v1 here.
Except unlike me,
Oh, no.
I guess they are more cool or popular than me, I don't know. I'm only...
I am not for the life of this. Don't worry about it.
Butterfly. Where are these goddamn tadpoles? This is cool though. I like this in the museum. You can walk through.
I'm really tempted because I've tried to get us working, but also at the same time I got invited to play some Pandemic tonight.
Oh, nice.
Like a board game?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're probably gonna do it over Tabletop Simulator.
Okay, I was gonna say if you were doing a real pandemic at your house, I'd be scared.
I don't own the board game, so doing it at tabletop is probably the best way.
Well, no, I mean like the real
Just
causing
a
the
real pandemic. Just
No,
release a
real
pandemic
pandemic
in your
would be
house and then try and survive. See how that goes.
No, I do not have bats. No,
These tadpoles.
I've just been trying to.
Where are tadpoles kept? God.
Oh, I should also apologize
Boy.
to you, NantenJex. I think a month or two ago I said I want to do some Dream Smashers on like Ada and a few other people. Didn't get around to it because I got hit with depression last month because no job. So sorry.
Yeah, it's been a rough time for everyone.
Everyone, so it has. So don't. You shouldn't have to worry about it.
Yeah, everyone's in a situation where loads of people lost their jobs and stuff like that recently, or just can't work and are in a bit of a issue. So don't feel bad about it. There's plenty of stuff that I need to be working on for Source Gaming, and there's plenty of content to be coming. So.
Tadpole!
Yep, there it is. I found it.
Well, as you just noticed.
I will pour salt on you.
Wow! Get out of my museum.
Oh, don't do
That's
that.
just mean.
Yeah, it's very mean.
Okay, well, I think I might start ending the stream here, right under the town flag, which is a very nicely done Source Gaming logo, but very. You two will see it in a minute when the stream catches up. But it's very minimalistic. We sort of designed it after a Japanese. I don't know what would you call them? Province town. Like they have a lot of Japanese towns have their own flags, which is probably why Animal Crossing did it, to be honest. But they're all very minimalist, so we sort of went for that aesthetic.
Oh, there was a tournament today. I forgot because I don't have the game, but also because I forgot they were in the game.
Mhm.
So yeah, take care, everyone. I'm Seafoam Gaming and whatnot. Yeah, I'm just me.
Well, thank you both for joining me, and also thanks to Sefton, who's obviously gone ages ago. But
Yeah, thanks for. Sorry that it was an accident I joined, but I joined.
Yeah,
It's
you
a
joined.
miracle that.
It's good to be here and have conversations and like chill.
Now
instead of
back.
me just talking
Now
to
I gotta go
myself.
back to watching Super Sentai Jew Ranger.
All right, have fun with that. I'm gonna go make myself fish and chips for dinner, and
Oh,
then
lovely! I'm gonna have a cat.
I gotta
stick.
eat some beef with fish
nice.
sticks.
nice, all very
I
good.
should get out of bed.
Right, well, thank you everyone who joined. I know that we didn't fully finish the house and stuff because we didn't have enough materials and stuff to work with, but we did enough on the outside, and we sort of discussed the plan of attack. So next time, I gotta make sure I've got all the stuff prepared. I might have to play on the Source Chan account a little bit outside, or go on my regular account, acquire all the items and abandon them outside a house, so that I can then set it up on stream another time. One of those many methods will work. But yeah, thanks everyone for watching, being part of this, talking in the chat, and I hope you all have a good Easter weekend. Ciao.
Take care.
Take care.
Be safe.